All right, what's up, my brothers? We got another sponsor request here from a viewer. This guy is a high net worth individual that's immigrated to the West and is worried about hurting a girl and asking about settling down. Context: he's 28 years old, U.S. citizen, has a bit more than $1 million a year in net profit USD. Here's his living situation: full-time digital nomad traveling. I move countries every 3 to 6 months while growing my business online. Girlfriend lives with me and travels with me. I take care of everything. All my relationships have been amazing ever since I focused on this and all my attention on building this business online I now have. I met my girlfriend when living in the US and she was studying abroad from Mexico for 6 months. We instantly hit it off. We met. She's very traditional in my frame, is an amazing girlfriend, does anything I ask, and she's attractive too. After 8 months of dating, we started traveling together and living together full time. Our dynamic is great, but now a few things have changed on my end. She's still amazing and supports me, but I find myself getting a bit bored or subconsciously dissing myself from her, not wanting to go out on date nights. I would rather focus on my own shit, work, go to cigar lounges, or meet other entrepreneurs. She doesn't stop me, but I find myself not caring about going out on dates most of the time with her. She's 27 and I currently love her, but she wants kids, as she should at that age, so I really don't blame her. I do not yet, as I feel I have just started to hit my stride in business and life. 3 years ago, I was only making $6,000 to $10,000 a month. I want to travel and network. Again, he's 28, she's 27. She's down to travel with me and wait on kids, but I don't know if I'll want them even at 35 at that point. She's getting old for kids. I don't want to make her wait for nothing. She wants nothing more than to be a submissive wife and to have a family, etc. If I met her when I was 35 and she was 25, I would be all in and we'd have a family. She'd be an amazing mother. I'm attractive. Girls look at me at the gym, so options are not a problem. Plus, I have a good network in the country I'm currently living in. Sometimes I feel myself having urges to flirt back or to sleep with someone else. I just don't want to hurt her or ruin this relationship over an urge. I still prefer my girl's personality and everything over others. Just sometimes I want some variety. It's totally normal for guys. I don't want to hurt this girl. Am I being selfish? So he says, when do you think would be a good time to settle down for a man in my shoes if I do want a family one day? I know if we break up, I'll have some fun with other girls and I'll get tired of hoes and meaningless conversations and will be looking again for a girl like her. All right, well, we're back in the Porsche again today, guys, the Turbo S. Let's get on the road and have a little bit of conversation here about what he's talking about. So our dilemma with our champion entrepreneur is super successful, has come to the West with nothing but a few pennies in his pocket, and is doing quite well, has a wonderful life, a wonderful girlfriend who's in his frame. She wants to have kids, and he's not at that stage yet. And I don't blame him. I mean, when I was in my late 20s, I wasn't rushing into having kids either. It was like my mid-30s, early 30s that I even started contemplating it. So absolutely normal for most guys. You know, most guys, I think, should be waiting anyway until about their mid-30s, ideally. You don't want to wait too late, because if you do wait too late, you're an old, tired dad, right? You're not going to be able to get down and play with the kids and throw the ball around and stuff like that. You'll be drained a lot. So I think the sweet spot is probably early to mid-30s as far as the latest. Some guys will tell you, Rich, you're wrong. Do it in your 20s. You know, it's the best. You got lots of energy. You know, if you can do it younger, do it younger. You can have a whole bunch more, blah, blah, blah. I'll let you decide what you want to do, what's a good fit for you. Here's the thing about women, though. If you're traveling around and you start dealing with enough women and you date them and you see what they're all about, you're going to find that most Western women in developed first world countries aren't the greatest for starting a family with. They're highly promiscuous today, more than at any other time in history. They're very dismissive of their past. They try to cover it up. You know, it's very important for women to manage their reputation. I've been talking quite a lot on my podcast, especially Ladies' Night, about how women put such a high importance and degree on managing the reputation. And if he's vetted this girl for 2.5 years, she's not driving him nuts yet, and he digs her vibe, and she's in his frame, and she would be good mother stock, and she's attractive, and she's useful to his life. He didn't say anything about respect, but I'm assuming that she's also respectful, which is another big thing for guys. And she does everything in the bedroom, of course, which is also huge for guys. Then she's probably worth keeping around. Are you gonna look at other women? Yeah. Do you like variety? Sure. There's nothing wrong with any of that. It's absolutely normal for men, and don't listen to anybody that tells you otherwise, that tries to shame you or say something like, oh, you know, you got problems, or why can't you, whatever. My brothers, listen to me when I say this. It's absolutely normal for a successful guy that's getting the attention from other women to look their way and contemplate options. What you do with that, whether you want to act on them or not, I don't care. I'm not judging you. You do you at the end of the day. The question that this guy's really asking is, you know, what do I do with my situation? what do I do with this girl? I don't want to hurt her. You know, she seems like a good chick. Then don't. Just be totally honest with her and say, look, kids might be on the table for me. It's just not a priority right now. If you've seen the other options out there and you've seen that this girl is an incredible woman, better than what you're even describing in this request, I would keep her around, to be honest with you. It's very difficult to find a quality woman that hasn't been promiscuous, that doesn't carry STDs, doesn't have a lot of baggage, doesn't have a personality disorder, doesn't have a bad social network of terrible friends. You know, I can keep going right down the list. It's very hard to come across those and to replace a chick with another one that might be younger, you know, just because you want to wait a little bit longer. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have to do what's a priority for you, my friend. I can't make your life decisions for you. I can't tell you whether you should do this now or do this later. All I can do is read your request, offer some guidance. And guys, at the end of the day, wisdom comes from experience in life. I'm generally older than most of the guys asking for these requests, almost twice this guy's age. If I could go back and I was in your shoes, I'd probably keep her around if she's exactly as you describe her. And if you really want to have kids, or if it's on the table, you're more certain than uncertain, just do it. You know, at the end of the day, you're unlikely to regret it if you're with a good woman. If you've been with her for 2.5 years and you've had stress applied to the relationship and she's responded favorably, she hasn't lost her shit when you've traveled and luggage has been lost, she just said, babe, let's just go to the store and get some clothes until they can find it. Not a big deal. Some women will have a total meltdown and a hissy fit when the airline loses their luggage and start yelling at the attendants and the girls behind the counter and stuff like that. So if she's well squared away and she's emotionally stable, doesn't bring baggage, doesn't have a huge notch count, is in your frame, is a good woman, I'm telling you right now, they're not easy to replace women like that. They're fewer and farther between than what you think. Will you find somebody that might be better? Potentially, you might. You know, you could go through your career for the next 5 or 6 or 7 years, hit your stride in your early to mid 30s. You know, you're already done with this girl and you find one that's younger, that's maybe 25, that's still all of these things in your frame, not promiscuous, doesn't bring any problems, all the other stuff that we also talked about, is very respectful, is useful in your life and all these things. So evaluate it for yourself. Don't ask and follow my opinion. Do what's right for you at the end of the day. Do what's a good fit for you. Do what is in line with your goals. Remember, guys, I'm going to say this in closing. They tell women, you do what's right for you, girl. They always tell men, just do what's right. And let's just take that little tool, that little card out of their playbook and apply it to our lives as men and do what's right for you. Because the vast majority of guys will spend the vast majority of their lives placating and pandering to the whims of their family, women in their life, and all that sort of stuff. And I'm of the opinion that you should take that tool that women use and do what's right for you. So with that being said, what experience do you guys have on this matter? Leave a comment below. Have you ever been in a similar type of situation? If you want to make a video request like this, in the top pinned comment, you'll find a link, or you can just visit my website at richcooper.ca and find everything over there. Have an awesome day. Peace out.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play